Challenger calls in his butler for one of the great exchanges in Conan Doyle, and I think the inspiration for his greatest disciple, one of the inspirations of his greatest disciple, P.G. Wodehouse, in the creation of Jeeves and Wooster. Jeeves and Wooster are partly based on Holmes and Watson, and Wodehouse always maintained that he was, in some senses, he looked to Conan Doyle as his master. But Challenger calls in the butler to thank him for his long years of service. And I want to get the exact phrasing right. "I'm expecting the end of the world today, Austin." "Yes, sir. What time, sir?" "I can't say, Austin. Before evening." "Very good, sir." The taciturn Austin saluted and withdrew. We sometimes forget that Conan Doyle is very funny. He can be thrilling and exciting, as in the Holmes and Challenger adventures. He wrote wonderfully spooky, supernatural stories and ghost stories. He was one of the great Victorian masters of the weird tale. Sometimes they're full of very strange, sexy, transgressive elements. Some are quite poetic. He was, according to the editor of the Strand magazine, the greatest natural-born storyteller of the age. I think that's title belongs to Kipling, but I like Kipling. I like Conan Doyle, obviously, too. But he did turn his hand to many other things and rather resented the fact that Sherlock Holmes was the great figure for the world, that they didn't pay enough attention to the historical novels, which he valued because they would instill noble virtues and upright behavior in the British young. He also wrote contemporary novels, one about a young married couple and the trials of their early marriage, and quite daringly, some of it's very funny, the dialogue between the two young people. But at one point in the middle of the book, and I found this surprising, the husband gets a letter from his former mistress who wants to restart their affair, and he doesn't, and she threatens him to expose his past to his wife if he doesn't go along with her wishes. So he could address serious issues. He has a novel called The Tragedy of the Carrasco. It's the most popular of his sort of contemporary books, in which a group of Western tourists on a pleasure cruise up the Nile are captured by essentially Middle Eastern terrorists and held not for ransom, but they're going to all be executed unless they convert to Islam, and what happens to them. So he did address other important themes, but he could be very, as I say, also funny, as well as serious, as well as noble and uplifting. An early book, not very well known, is called Beyond the City. Beyond the City is set in the suburbs of London, about couples, families who had moved out to these new houses. And a new woman moves in named Mrs. Westmacott. And she's shockingly emancipated. The next door neighbors of hers, a pair of spinsters, so called in the book, come to visit, pay a social call. And Mrs. Westmacott asks if the two ladies who come to visit would like some stout, Guinness, and some. "I'm sorry that I have no tea to offer you. I look upon the subservience of woman as largely due to her abandoning nutritious drinks and invigorating exercises to the male. I do neither." She picked up a pair of 15-pound dumbbells from beside the fireplace and swung them lightly about her head. "You see what may be done on stout," said she. When the older Miss Williams protests that woman has a mission of her own, Mrs. Westmacott drops her dumbbells with a crash. "The old cant in the sense of rubbish, nonsense. The old cant," she cried, "the old shibboleth. What is this mission which is reserved for woman? All that is humble, that is mean, that is soul-killing, that is so contemptible and so ill-paid that none other will touch it. All that is woman's mission. And who imposed these limitations upon her? Who cooped her up within this narrow sphere? Was it Providence? Was it nature? No. It was the arch enemy. It was man.